at another location. Mark, tell us where we are.
We are at Santee State Park, and we are looking at Lake Marion, which is 110,000 acres of man-made lake.
This is man-made. This was built during the TVA. And what you'll see is you can actually see the trees still sticking up out of the lake, because when they built this lake, they just flooded the area. They didn't actually take and cut all the trees down.
And you'll see that if you're boating, that's one of the things you need to pay attention to. So hopefully we'll be able to get some shots if the weather will cooperate with us.
Not only that, but this area also has something else called sinkholes. Love to show you these sinkholes because they're full of bats. Not vampire bats. Not vampire bats, I promise you, Mark. Not vampire. But they're bats anyway. I love bats.
Santee State Park is located in South Carolina's Santee County, which sits alongside Lake Marion, a lake with its own unique story. For South Carolina locals, they know this lake as an abundant fish population and some of the largest catfish that you can find. The state park offers plenty of camping and some of the nicest campsites you'll find. But if you're like my wife and even like Russ, who prefer camping indoors with the AC and DirecTV and a microwave at hand, there are 10 cabins available with DirecTV and air conditioning. They sit on a pier and they have some of the nicest views that you'll find in the area. Other amenities and activities found in the park include the Village Round, which is a meeting center with a very large screened-in grilling facility, which will certainly help keep out some of the gnats and the mosquitoes. Biking and hiking trails, pontoon boat tours, all give you a nice view of the flooded cypress forest that sits beneath the lake. This park offers so much anyone can find something to do, whether it's fishing or even noodling for those catfish, boating, taking a dip in the lake, or just hanging out on the docks and watching the other people enjoy themselves while you drink a nice cold beer. Certainly a nice way to spend the afternoon or even an entire weekend. As Lake Marion runs towards the Atlantic, it actually goes into Lake Moultrie. Both lakes are man-made and were built during the Depression as TVA projects for the Santee Dam and Panopolis Dam. Originally, there were no lakes, just the Cooper River. Upon completion of the dams, the area was flooded, creating the lakes. However, state officials forgot one minor thing. They forgot to cut down all those cypress, pine, elm, and oak trees. They didn't, however, forget to take out the city that was there. Originally, they thought the trees would rot away and that would be that. But instead, the trees petrified and remained standing, which if you've ever tried to boat through a forest, it's rather challenging. As a result, state officials responded by trying to cut down the trees, which resulted in an even bigger problem. The stumps were now slightly below the surface of the water. Again, you're now boating in a stump yard. So today, when you boat on Lake Marion or even Lake Moultrie, you have to follow the markers very carefully so that you don't hit those stumps and sink your boat, which makes for a tale very few outside this area would believe.
You know, Mark, a lot of these little places, the beauty here is just unbelievable. It's breathtaking. Whether you want to stay here a weekend or a week, there is so much to do. And this is just absolutely gorgeous.
And the accommodations will allow for a family that wants to go straight camping, or if you want to do like the cabins behind us with younger kids and you want the air conditioning, the Santee State Park makes it available for any level of camping that you want to do.
And this is a great lake for any type of boating or just hanging out in an inner tube.